5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
Back on our Wild Things Baseball Network postgame show presented by Rocco's Rolls, our broadcast on the Wild Things Baseball Network this year. Specialty rolls done right and now available at EQT Park. Wild Things Baseball also sponsored in part by the Pennsylvania Lottery, which benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Must be 18 or older to play. Play responsibly. Gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. The Big Dill Meal at Sonic, the pickle masterpiece. Live free, eat Sonic. By Baker's Waterproofing, a groundworks company. By Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, get your box combo today and make your craveable dreams a reality. And by our friends at Victory Toyota Highlands, located in Triadelphia, West Virginia, online at victorytoyotahighlands.com. Check them out. They can help find the new Toyota that fits your budget and style. It's a winner today for the Washington Wild Things by a final of 5-2. Welcome back into the broadcast booth atop Ozinga Field in Crestwood, Illinois. It's the Wild Things victorious in the series opener before 2 day games here in what will be a very hot, windy city. Hopefully it lives up to his name and there's some wind involved that could at least create a little bit of relief, though it'll just be blowing hot air. Wild Things are 5 over for the first time since that series in Gateway during the long road trip that saw Washington get swept for the first time, drop a season-high 4 games in a row, and now back at 5 over with a 33-28 record, dropping Windy City in the process to 20-41. Let's go through the scoring in this game. In the first inning, Washington got on the board first. It was a sharp line out by Eddie Hakopian for the first out. Then Ben Watson stepped to the plate. Talk about the youth movement. He would swing at the first pitch he saw, a la Starling Marte and a bunch of other professionals, at least at the big league level. But he did not waste any time. Doubled down the left field line and into the corner for his first professional hit. He would come around to score a couple batters later on an RBI single by Wagner-Lagrange. It made it 1-0 Washington. Windy City would score 2 in the bottom of the second. The first on a balk called against Sebastian Rodriguez with the bases loaded. And then Dakota Katowski, who was at the plate for that balk, would ground out the shortstop to bring home the second run of the game for the Thunderbolts. The Wild Things would tie the game immediately. In the top of the third, RBI single by Ethan Wilder scored Wagner-Lagrange, who had walked, gone to second on a hit by pitch of Andrew Check, and Wilder's single brought in Wagner to tie the game at 2 apiece. Scoring would halt until the top of the 8th inning. With the bases full and 2 outs, a single by Wilder, a double by LaCorey, and an intentional walk to Kyle Edwards. Washington manager Tom Vaith would call upon Cole Fowler, who was just signed today by the club, to hit for catcher 3 Hillier. And after a little bit of a battle on the 6th pitch of the plate appearance, his first trip to the plate as a pro, Cole Fowler delivered a 2-run go-ahead single up the middle, a pinch hit single that gave Washington a 4-2 lead. Next batter came to the plate, Eddie Hakopian, a wild pitch, the first that he saw, would bring home Kyle Edwards from third base and make it 5-2 Washington. That is how we finished up tonight. The final line totals for the Wild Things, it's 5 runs on 10 hits, no errors. For the Windy City Thunderbolts, it's 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. The LOB numbers, Washington leaves 8 and Windy City leaves 5 in the game. The winner was Sebastian Rodriguez. He is 1-1. The loser is Greg Duncan. He is 2-6. On the season. Actually, they gave the loss to Rydell. I guess it's not Duncan. It is Rydell. Sorry. Rydell is 1-3 on the year because he is the one that gave up the runs when the game was tied and Duncan had been out of the game for a while. So, yeah, that would absolutely make a lot of sense. Rydell is the loser. He falls to 1-3 on the year, and Andrew Herbert picks up the save, his 8th. Time of the game was 2 hours and 41 minutes. It was played in front of an announced attendance of 1,668 here at Ozinga Field in Crestwood. So Windy City 20-41, Washington 33-28. Off to a good start in the series. Have won back-to-back games, have won 3 of 4 since the break, and it seems, and I don't want to be jumping the gun here, but it seems like this youth movement and this infusion of energy is going to do some wonders for Washington, and they have looked good since the break, and that I think is most important. You got your best start of the year from Sebastian Rodriguez against a team that he should do that against, but it's still a professional baseball team, and thought he looked sharp. Joe Nahas and Andrew Herbert in relief, sharp again, as expected, and Washington looks pretty good here back at 5 games over, Matt.
Yeah, and I mean, again, how about that decision to go to the rookie, Cole Fowler, his first professional at bat, he steps up and gets the winning runs. That's as best as you can ask for a guy looking for his first hit. It was a big one, and it ends up giving the Wild Things this win today. Great outing from Sebastian Rodriguez. You know, that's a really good sign for him, pointing him in the right direction. In order to get a sweep, you got to win the first game. And to get a series victory, it makes it a lot easier when you win game number 1, right? So that's a good sign for these Wild Things as well. Looking to gain some momentum heading into what I talked about at the very beginning of this broadcast is a really big week for this team. So getting off on the right foot, that's a great sign for these guys, and see what they can do tomorrow morning.
We're going to turn around and play a baseball game in about 12 hours. So with that, we say so long for Matt Gustafson and all of us at the Washington Wild Things. Kyle Dawson thanking you for tuning in to the series opener broadcast produced by the Thunderbolts on the Frontier League Network, powered by Home Team. Washington, a 5-2 winner. We will be back on the flip side in just over 12 hours on the Wild Things Baseball Network for the middle game of the 3-game series. Dominic Pacetti will be activated from the 7-day injured list to start the game for Washington against Dylan Kirkaby, a right-hander for the Windy City Thunderbolts. Until then, so long. Kyle Dawson, good night. Okay, bye. First pitch to Watson, lined up the left field side and toward the corner. A quick look, it's a fair ball in the corner. Watson around first, headed to second, and on his first pitch as a professional, has his first professional hit and his first professional extra base hit. Wild Things have a runner in scoring position in the camp days that are scheduled. Here's the 1-1. Lagrange bouncer, left side through for a base hit. Watson going to come in to score. Washington draws first blood in the first inning. It's 3 straight hits, and the Wild Things lead 1-0. Lagrange has his 25th run batted into the year, and it'll bring in Andrew Check. Other than the front office staff for the Thunderbolts, as Sandel swings through the breaking ball from Rodriguez and a quick 2 outs for Sebastian.
It's the opening weekend of this 2025 season.
Rodriguez gets a whiff on the breaking ball that Ruiz chases for Rodriguez's second strikeout in a 1-2-3 first inning. Here's the deal home. Swing and a miss. And tag applied for the out. Payoff to Wilder. Line toward right, sinking fast and down in front of Feltz for a base hit. Lagrange is going to score. Safe at third base. Check got around the tag by the...
Since that final out of the second inning, and there it is, strike 3. Awkward swing on the breaking ball inside, and that's the second out. Here's the 3-2. Fastball. Does he get just enough of it? No. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Over to first for a big out number 3, and Rodriguez gets out of the jam.
Wilder the go-ahead run at third. Here's the pitch. Ground ball back toward the middle. Through for a base hit. Fowler comes through. Wilder scores. LaCorey scores. Throw to third, not in time. Edwards slides in safely at third. It's a 2-run single for Cole Fowler. And Washington has a 4-2 lead.
How about that? First ever professional at bat and a go-ahead 2-run single. Doesn't get much better than that to start your pro career.
Nahas in relief of Sebastian Rodriguez, who is in line for the victory now. Would be his first as a Wild Thing and in the Frontier League. There's strike 3 on Feltz. Strikeout for the former Cubs farmhand, 1 away. Payoff home. Serratos takes it, a called strike 3. Bottom edge of the strike zone for Herbert, a strikeout, 2 away. Here's his pitch. Gibson swings and hits it in the air to right center field. LaCorey on the move over, still tracking. He makes the catch, and Washington takes the series opener in Windy City.